Well, that's good anyways. If you have a seller that was referred by a neighbor and they want to list, but they want to remain private and treat it more like a pocket listing, what's the best way to handle that? Like we've all had that situation before.
Yeah, absolutely. So now this comes back to the topic of persuasion. Okay, so Chris, let's just say that you and I are on opposing sides of an issue. We don't agree with one another. Okay, I can come at you one of two ways. I can say you're wrong and I'm right. Do what I say. Well, nobody responds to that. And you would think, well, Gordon, that's ridiculous. I would never do that. That's actually the technique most people use. Okay, they just don't say it that way, that harshly, but that's what they're implying. The other way to do it is to offer new information, or as I said a moment ago, show them the benefit. What's the benefit to doing what it is that I'm suggesting that you do? So in this case, hey, I want to keep it private. I don't want anybody to know that my home is on the market. The first thing that we do is we give approval. We never just buck them. We give approval. Hey, I can understand. As a matter of fact, I get that question or that situation comes up a lot. And let me ask you, how important is it to you that you get a top dollar price for your home? Well, yeah. I mean, we want to get a top dollar price. Well, one of the methods of doing that is making as many people aware that your home is for sale as possible. And the sign is one of the best ways we do that because most people, they know what area they want to live in and they tend to drive the streets and not drive those neighborhoods to see when something's coming on the market. And so by not having a sign out in front, which we can absolutely do, Chris, we don't have to put a sign. However, I just want you to realize that it's going to make it a lot harder to get the house sold as quick and for as high of a price. So what would you like for us to do?
Yeah, and really what you're doing is you're asking questions that causes that consumer to get below the surface, right? They have this surface level concern or desire, I want it to be private, or I don't want the
Right,
whole world to know. And then
right.
you're asking questions that cause them to go, well, I guess you're right. Like, how would people know if how am I gonna get top dollar, right? So just continue to ask those questions, the answers to which gets them one step closer to where you want them to go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
there,
Ultimately,
there,
people are going to do whatever it is they want to do. What you've got to show them is why it's to their benefit to do what it is you want them to do.
yeah, yeah. I always used to say you could get a seller to stand on their head every day in their front yard for an hour a day if they were convinced that was going to help them sell their house or get more money.
Right.